Hi, my name is Josh, and I am a librarian here at Pioneer Library System, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the PLS Mobile Digi Hub. The Digi Hub is a traveling kit that we have with a variety of different pieces of equipment that are great for digitizing analog media primarily. So think about things like VHS tapes or cassettes or vinyl records, anything like that, as well as some sort of older digital born items like a floppy disk, things like that. All of that can be converted with our Digi Hub. If you have some old documents or photos that you want to scan, a lot of times you can do that using any photocopier, and all of our library branches have photocopiers available, and many people have a way to scan photos at home. But this device does come with a flatbed scanner because sometimes you have photos that you don't want to get all squished down inside of a photocopier, or they're oversized and they're hard to manipulate. So this makes it a little bit easier to do some of that conversion. USB cable here, plug one end into our computer. The other end will plug into the very back of our scanner. Try and keep the cable out of the way. And we are in business. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. It's got some pieces of styrofoam in here that just keep it from getting damaged in transit. Don't throw these away, but you can set them to the side for now. And if we've got some photos, we've got these old photos here. We're going to just put them in the scanner, and there's a little arrow here that is pointing to the corner where you, if possible, want to make the top of your photo. So I'm going to close this lid, and I'm going to look at the front of this. There are some buttons here that say PDF, auto scan, copy, and send. I'm actually not going to use those. I'm going to go back to our computer. We have a piece of software that goes with this scanner called the IJ Scan utility. So we'll double click that. All right, we've got a few options here. I'm going to click on photo because we're scanning a photo. So the scanner is warming up, and you're going to hear it start to do its thing here. And then it will open up a little window for making sure you have all your settings to save it. You can go ahead and name the photo. I'm going to call it Library Scan. Saving it in the Pictures folder. A JPEG is great for a photo like this. Standard quality is okay with me. And there we go. We can open it up and see it completely full size on our screen. Let's say that you have a series of documents that you want to scan, and you want it to all be saved in one file. Let's say that we really need a copy of the front and back of this, but we want it in one file. Go ahead and set it on the glass, line it up with our corner, close the lid. This time we're going to click the document button, and it'll do its thing. Now here in a second you're going to see a window pop up with options for scan and exit. At this point, even though you can still hear this thing doing its business, you can turn it over because it's not scanning, it's just resetting the scanner. Turn this over, you're gonna hit scan again. So you can do this for as many pages of a document as you want. If you have a 30-page document of a bunch of sheets, you can put them in there one at a time, hit scan, put the next one in, hit scan. When you're done, you'll hit exit, and it will be saved. Now we can see one PDF document. Perfect. Now what if you have something that you want to scan, but it's bigger than the size of this scanner? I've got this old library scrapbook. I didn't know we used to make scrapbooks, but I mean, this thing's huge. There's no way it's going to fit in here. Don't worry, because we have a device exactly for this situation. So if you have something large, or if you have something that's even more fragile that you don't want to be squashed down in a flatbed scanner like that, our overhead scanner is perfect for that. I'm going to show you how to set it up. It takes a couple of steps. The first thing you're going to do is take this black mat, and you're going to lay it out on our table. Move everything else out of the way. And that looks great. Now we're going to take the scanner itself. So it slides out, and then this arm folds up. So this is what we're going to end up with. Scanner looking down over this area. But first we gotta plug a few things in. So let's get our USB cable here. We also have a little USB foot pedal, which is going to make this process, especially if you have a lot of documents to work with, it's going to speed things up a lot. So these are going to plug in I'll close this for a moment. Underneath here, there's a little gap, and the plugs are in the back. So we'll run the cables through there, so that'll help keep it level. Plug in the USB cable here, and then the USB cable for the foot pedal goes right here. You can see those in there. Try and keep the cables out of our way. I'm going to try and set this pedal on the floor. It's a little bit far, but I think we can make it work. And then this USB cable, as you might have guessed, we will plug into our laptop. And immediately you see a light turns on. There's a dial here. You can turn up and down how bright this is. So we're going to go over to the computer, and we have another piece of software we're going to open up called Caesar Shine, C-Z-U-R. Double click on it. And we're going to have a couple of options whenever it opens up. What we want to select is the scanner option. This is just sort of the menu. Nothing shows up until we hit the scan button over here. And now we are seeing what is on our surface. See my hand? And as I move my hand around, you can see it's trying to make a little yellow box around it. And that's because it kind of auto detects what you put on here to scan. So unlike being on a flatbed scanner where you want to be very careful about where you put it, you can kind of put this a little wonky, and it's still going to put a little box around it. So let's see what happens. If we hit scan, it will show us over here that it has straightened everything out, which is great. Now you can do this for as many different things as you want. So let's say, again, we want the front and back of this. Hit scan, and there we go, we have them both. Another great feature of this software is this facing pages option. So I'm going to select it. It's kind of got a book shape on there. We're going to put our material here. We're going to kind of line the middle of this up with that line as best as we can. And then we're going to click scan. And over here, it will automatically make scans of each page and flatten them and put them in order. So we mentioned there was a foot pedal for this earlier. It will basically activate this auto scan button. So let's say you've got an entire book you want to scan. It's going to be a headache to turn the page, go mess with things on the computer. So here's what we're going to do. I've got my foot pedal. I'm just going to turn the page, line it up, click the pedal, scanned. And as soon as you see them pop up on the left side of the screen, you can go ahead and start scanning the next page, or you can go ahead and start turning the page. And there you go. You can keep doing this as long as you need. This arm, again, can raise and lower, so if you need to be a little bit closer, you can zoom in. But once we got everything scanned that we want to scan over here, let's say we are done, we are going to hit the back button at the top. And it will have on the right side a list of all of the images that we've scanned. We can decide what we want to do with these. We want to export the files we've scanned, probably. So I'm going to pick the first 4 pages here. On the left side, we have our export options. My favorite options, and what I recommend you use, is first, just use PDF. You can tell it if you want separate files. I don't. I want them all in one file. Hit confirm. It's going to ask me where to save it. I'm going to say Oklahoma today in the documents folder. And that is all it takes. But the best part of the software is that it has built-in OCR, which is a technology that stands for optical character recognition. So you can see there's Word OCR, Excel OCR. What I'm actually going to click is searchable PDF. This document is in English, and everything else I'm just going to hit confirm. Again, it's going to ask me where to save it. I'm going to say, okay, today, OCR, save. And it's going to take a little bit longer, because what this is going to do is it's going to scan all of the text in this document and make it actually a searchable file. So it won't just be an image that we can look at on the screen. We could go into the document and search for specific things, which makes this very powerful, because if you have a whole book of your family history and you're trying to find someone by name, you could just search that name instead of having to look through every single page manually. But again, it takes a little bit longer because it's running that software. We hope that the Digi Hub is a valuable tool to help you hold on to those cherished family memories, to those documents that are in old analog formats that are hard to watch. We want to help you convert those all into digital files that you can hold on to for years to come. If you're interested in using our Digi Hub equipment, check out any of our libraries or put in a request through the Schedule a Librarian feature on our website. Make sure to check out our other YouTube videos and to check out all of our upcoming events on our calendar at pioneerlibrarysystem.org.